Hey guys, anyone who knows me knows this band is one of my absolute favorites. With album announced Rumours starting to reach boiling point and the band about to play a mammoth set at Unify Gathering this weekend, I'm super excited to be chatting to Jacob from Thornhill today to basically blow up this hype train. How are you, Jacob?
I'm good. How are you?
I am excellent. Really excited to be chatting with you. Um, Casanova just hit number 12 on the Hardest 100 countdown.
Mm,
Arkangel's been out
mm.
since January. How are you feeling about the response to these new tracks?
That is a great opening question. Um, it's been interesting. I'll say that it's definitely been interesting. I think we were pretty far into writing um everything else where we thought Casanova was more of the safe song. We thought Casanova and Archangel were more of the safe stuff compared to everything else. And we're like, oh, people will understand, I think, and people will get it, but I don't think a lot of people liked it. And that was interesting. So that was a bit of a slap in the face, but we also did expect a bit of blowback because it is very different from TDP and a lot of other things. But it's been cool getting it all out into the world. We worked so hard on it. Like it was such a big project and such a long time. And it's cool seeing people connect to the visual part as well as understanding the journey that we're trying to take with it, because sonically and visually it's just like it's very different for us. So it's been cool seeing some people like it.
It's really interesting that you say like people have been really vocal about not liking it, but I feel like the
Oh
vocal
yeah,
people don't necessarily make up the majority because I've
they
seen this
don't,
song,
that's
no,
it.
and I've seen this song live a
Mm,
couple of times now, Casanova in particular. Holy
mm,
shit, man, it's not like it's heavy. Like you guys
mm,
play it live. Like I saw it, you guys played at the UNFD 10-year anniversary showcase, and then
mm,
again with In Heart's Wake at the start of this year.
mm,
That song fucking slaps. Like I
mm.
feel like if anyone's sitting on the fence about it, like they're gonna catch it at Unify and they're gonna be like, ah shit, and eat their words,
Mm.
honestly.
Yeah,
And
I
then
agree.
yeah, and on that note, like Triple J has been giving that song and Archangel some serious love.
Mm.
So regardless of what, maybe the loud people on the internet are saying, I feel like they're
Mm.
going really well.
Yeah, we totally noticed the same thing, that it seems to be the people that like it aren't the people who are commenting things.
Yes.
They're just the people that are like, cool, love it, listening to it, done kind of thing. And we love that because they're coming out live and they're showing up, because we definitely agree. It's more, that song in particular is definitely more of a live song. And I think the whole there's no screaming, which means it's not heavy, is clouding a lot of people, because like I still think that's one of the heaviest songs we've ever written, like
I agree.
100%. And like the breakdown for
Absolutely.
Archangel is like probably one of the toughest breakdowns we've ever made too. It's just that I chose not to scream. I chose to do something a bit more interesting or a bit more of a hook to be a bit different. But I don't know. I didn't think that was the thing that doesn't make something heavy. So it's been funny, but it's going to be sick to show the same thing with Casanova for Archangel live, because we'll be able to be like, yeah, actually, this is a pretty heavy song. You just have to be in the right frame of mind or the right context. And I think that's the cool part about all the rock vibes for us anyway.
Dude, I was gonna ask this question later, but based on what you just said, I'm kind of gonna skip to it now. Talking about like the, not screaming equaling not heavy, or
Mm.
whatever you're achieving with your sound. It's gonna seem like I'm throwing sideways, but I swear it's relevant. I
No, it's
always
fine. It's fine.
I always talk to people before my interviews just to get like a little bit of an idea for what people want to hear from you guys. And the one thing that I got from people when talking about your band was that Thornhill have created such a unique sound. One person I spoke to even said you're completely untouchable when it comes to what you're doing musically. I guess, like, how does a comment like that land with you? Is that kind of what you're setting out to do?
Is that in regard to the two new songs or the TDP?
I think in general, like the comment
Mm,
was kind of like whatever Thornhill do when they do it, makes them untouchable. And I would agree, like this, no, maybe on paper you go less screaming equals less heavy, but at the same time, like, you've got your own sound. And I mean, is that what you're setting out to do? I guess, like, not please people for the sake of being heavy, but make your own sound.
I think so. I mean, the biggest thing that Ethan and I have always said to ourselves, I think I've said it a couple of times, is that I think any other musician that tells you otherwise is kind of lying in a way. But like, you make music and you make art for yourself before anyone else. Like, you have to play those songs every night. You have to listen to this constantly. Like, I don't think people realize how much time goes into, revisions and editing and mixing and creating and writing. And then on top of that, you got to do music video revisions and you've got to hear it another 1,000 times. It's like, you have to absolutely love and back what you do to even begin. And I think once you put that into perspective, you also, I think, use your references and your influences in a smart way. Don't copy. You like, pick and choose, like, go everywhere. Don't go like, okay, I want this sound, so I'm going to look at the bands that are doing that sound. It's like, who influenced those bands and what bands were they influenced by? Like, the genre and the things that we're trying to do is so broad. And in so, like, I remember seeing all the people saying what Casanova sounded like. I don't even listen to Muse. I know like 2 songs. Legitimately had absolutely no Muse influence for me. For Ethan, I can't obviously speak for, but like, and I didn't even listen to Deftones yet either. Like, I didn't know, none of those bands for me were that song's influence. It was like bands like, Justin Timberlake was a huge one for me, because it's like, how do you make a male sound not sexy, but at least enticing and interesting over something that's fairly basic in terms of, sonic movement of the song. Like, vocals, I think, are one of those things where it's, for me, it felt like a cop out if I screamed over a heavy part. It was more like, I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to be like, hey, can I create a hook or a melody over something that is just O's and ones on a guitar? Like, that is a challenge for me now. It's just like, I would just want to keep pushing myself. And I think, to us, that's what's more interesting, is the constant pushing of any boundary we can.
Well, I, for one, absolutely love it. And I don't really think, like, whilst it's obviously you're growing in different directions, it's certainly not that much of a stretch from what you've done before. Like, the melodic vocals.
Yeah, I didn't think it was either.
Yeah, the melodic vocals over the top of the really heavy music is like, I mean, that's kind of what I really love about Thornhill personally. So, yeah, of course, bands are always going to grow and things are going to change, but it still, to me, sounds quintessentially Thornhill. So thumbs up on my end. Now, it's pretty obvious that both tracks have a bit of a theme kind of carried between them. They are inspired by film or TV, and they're exploring this kind of theatre style in the music videos. You also just announced that Hollywood is coming out this Wednesday, the song and the video. Is this something we can expect more of?
I think, well, it was my first go at a proper directing role. I think I was super interested in film the entire time. I've always had a super heavy hand in all the videos, and I create them all. But this time I was kind of like, I think I know what I'm doing here. I think I know how to do this. And I was like, boys, let me try and do this. I know what we want, I think, and let me have a go. And I think one of the things that was a big inspiration for us was kind of just MTV rock bands, like 90s stuff where, well, I mean, 80s and 90s, but like 90s stuff where it was super over dramatic. Everyone was overdressed. Everyone had their own character. It was always over the top, because it was such a sick feeling to be able to see, go on MTV or go on Rage really early in the morning when you were a kid, and you just see a video that was like nuts, that you were like, oh my God, that's a big band, or that's this, or that's that blew me away, kind of thing. And that paired with like, how does the music make me feel? What do I see when I hear it? What do I want to see? What do I want to think about? those are things that were a big thing for us, and everything is kind of themed, but the basic like theme of everything will make sense later because it doesn't really carry across. It's just a bunch of stories, it's a bunch of script, it's a bunch of like movie ideas and just things like that, because I thought that would be more interesting than just band shots.
Very exciting. And I love that
Mm.
you're thinking about things so far outside of, just releasing the track. Like there's,
Mm.
it seems like everything's going to have a little bit of a story. And
Mm.
I think that's really exciting. When you think about huge bands that do that kind of thing, specifically in this kind of, I guess, heavier world, you think like My Chemical Romance tells stories, and 21 Pilots and things like that, where they create like a little bit of a world with what they put out. So
Mm.
that's really exciting to hear that you're doing that.
I just think it'd be something different, at least for us. It'd be something different. But I just wanted to, one of the important things for this band for me is I never wanted to be like Jacob and Thornhill. I wanted to
Yeah.
be Thornhill. I really want every individual in the band to be their own character and to be important. And that was one of those things I talked to them all about. I was like, you guys got to dress the part, you got to act the part. Like, I want you to show the same flair that Ethan and I are about to. You guys
Yeah.
got to like step to us. We have to be this as a group. We have to be a bit more. And everyone's fucking held up that deal real well. So I'm stoked.
I love it. I specifically in your live show, like you do notice that you're all
Mm,
showing up and you've got this like almost kind of persona that you step out onto the stage
mm,
with. And
yeah.
I mean, think the really exciting thing about that is that Unify is just a matter of days away. And you guys have a huge Saturday night set. Will this be one of the biggest shows you've ever played?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's prime time, isn't it? It's like 8:45 or something. You
Yep.
get to play at night. That's pretty wild. Yeah, probably that is our biggest show. I don't know what tickets is like or anything, but I remember the first one was huge when we played. So yeah, if it's anything like that, then yeah, we'll be packing our pants backstage.
Can you give us a little bit of a taste of what we can expect for the show, for the set?
Ooh, well, I'm still trying to find an outfit, if that makes you feel any better. Because I've got nothing, and
I like
I've
plan
had
my
no time.
outfits. I plan my outfits like months in advance. They're like sitting
I wish.
pre-packed and ready to go.
I was like, my brother studies fashion design as well, and we're both we're both looking at my wardrobe and his wardrobe. I'm like, I think we're gonna have to buy something, dude. Like, I got nothing new here. It's not looking good. I think I've worn everything. It's, if it's not in a Thornhill video, it's been in a Cherry video. So yeah, it'll be a performance. I think we're really coming into our own with this sound as well, and I think we've kind of started to master TDP, which has been fun because we've been playing it a lot. We've been able to grow as musicians over the time, especially when we came back from Europe. Yeah, it is very 9 a.m., isn't it? When we came back from Europe, we were like feeling really good because you just play it so many times. So we've been practicing. It's been really cool. The backdrop hopefully is going to be sick. We have like Luke, who is the guitarist of Tapestry, is doing our lighting design, and he is a
Ooh,
weapon. So we've got
exciting.
some cool. We have some cool stuff, and we get to play new stuff. So I'm very excited to see how that translates and how people really view these new songs, like you said, because I don't know how many people went to In Heart's Wake, but like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome. And I mean, this won't be your first time playing the festival. From memory, I
Mm.
believe it's your third.
Second.
Second, okay.
Mm.
But this is definitely much, much higher up the bill. So what does this
Yeah.
festival, Unify Gathering, what does it mean to you?
I think it's a great way to showcase your new material, especially in March now instead of January, because I think a lot of people are saving you stuff for that. And it's going to be a lot of fun in terms of like being able to perform again. I mean, it's probably one of our proper first shows back. In Hearts Wake was like 3 shows in 2 days, but that was all we've done. So it'll be really fun just to get back on stage with everyone and be like, oh yeah, being in a band is cool. And, you know, we're not at home anymore. This is great. We're not in the practice space, thank God. But it's also a great way to show, I think, the progression for us, especially the way we look and the way we act and the way we move is one thing I think is really important. And also the food trucks are so good. I remember the taco truck when last time, oh my God, I went back there so many times. So I'm gonna be doing that.
Oh, honestly,
and I get to see stories.
Great call out. Oh, 2 great call outs. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
everyone's so excited for stories. Oh, when I actually
Best
look
friends.
at the lineup, it's pretty astounding. I'm like, it's going to be an amazing weekend, that's for sure.
No, for Oz only, they did a really good job, I think.
Absolutely. All right, last question for you. I know you probably can't say much, but a little
When does it come out?
A little hint, if possible, like how long till we might get some news?
When's this interview air?
Tomorrow, Tuesday.
Tomorrow, Tuesday.
Yeah.
I swear to God. No, wait, when did you say Hollywood's out? Wednesday?
Yes.
Wednesday.
Oh, okay. That's very exciting.
Possibly.
That's more tea than I was hoping to get. So
There'll be definitely news with Hollywood.
Awesome. Very exciting.
Of some kind. Yeah,
amazing.
I'm excited too, actually. Yeah.
Well, guys, make sure you don't miss Thornhill. They're playing at 8:40 on Saturday night at Unify Gathering. Jacob, it's been such a pleasure to chat to you, and we will see you at Unify.
Thank you so much for having me.